Hey guys, it's Mo in the Deep End, and we are on day two of the Joel Guy Jr. trial. I went through day one. The rest of it was a lot of foundational stuff. And okay, ADHD me really wanted to go straight to the medical examiner to all the shenanigans, but I promised I would do a whole trial, and I will probably stream tomorrow. Um, it's a goal of mine to learn how to do this live. And as you know, I am terribly intimidated by technology. But we're going to try it, and, this year is all about doing the things that scare me, which is a bit of a kick in the tits, to be very honest with you, because I am not a fan of things changing. I like my life the way it is sometimes, and having it change is a bit disconcerting for me, but let's get into this. I might speed it up to 1.25 depending on how southern we are, so I'll get it Yankee speed. But this will be, definitely Joel buying all of his murder kit supplies from Walmart because, of course, why not? It's not like they have cameras or anything. I cannot with some people. Alright, let me put my phone on silent because that's a thing. You know, if it's not me, the cats, or the kids, this duct tape production would be awesome. Okay, let's get on this and see if we can get some stuff done today.
Confirm the testimony you're about to give is the case
Oh
now
my
under
Lord
oath.
Jesus.
Truth, the whole
The
truth, nothing
mask,
but the
the
truth, so
mask.
help you
Can
God.
we
Yes, it is.
ever, for the
Thanks,
love
sir.
of
May I have a seat?
Cheetos?
Once you're seated, you may remove your mask to testify.
The cone of
Tell us your
shame.
name, sir,
Andrew Gerard Wise,
and by whom are you employed?
Walmart stores,
How long have you been employed by Walmart?
17 years.
And what do you currently do for Walmart?
I work with the asset protection division of the company.
If you would, describe to the members of the jury what your
Ah,
duties and
so he's one of those
responsibilities
creepy
are as
shoppers that
asset
watch you and make
protection
sure you
manager.
don't steal
Sure.
stuff.
So we apprehend shoplifters. We help ensure the safety and security of all customers and associates while on the property, assist law enforcement with any requests they may have, and we're also the custodian of records for any kind of incidents or requests that we have.
And as a custodian of the records, does that also
We're
include
going to
the
go to
video surveillance system within
1.25.
Walmart stores?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, I want to talk to you about 2016. Were you employed by Walmart at that point, sir?
Yes, I was.
In what particular store?
Turkey Creek, Knoxville, Tennessee.
And at some point, did you get requested by investigator Jeremy McCord to pull up video from a certain date and time, sir?
Yes, I was.
And have you had a chance to look at those videos prior to testifying today?
Note to my subscribers and or children, do not buy murder supplies in the self-checkout. Now, I understand Joel's murder mittens were a little bit hurt, but for the love of Cheetos, he had an entire book trying to figure out how to get away with all of this. But then he's gonna stop at doggone Walmart and get photographed. I cannot.
Yes.
Ugh, just ugh.
I'm going to show you with the pre-marked identification of states collective exhibits 348, 349. Do you recognize those packets, sir?
Yes, I do.
Okay, y'all, seriously, if we're really worried about germs, he slides a paper that he touched without gloves on, we don't know when he washed his hands, to another person behind plexiglass. I've said it again before, and I'll say it again. I should have bought stock in plexiglass.
With
I
regard
missed
to
a market
exhibit 348,
opportunity.
if you could describe what that is.
Sure. This is video surveillance. This is a snapshot, a video snapshot of a customer making a purchase at our store, the Turkey Creek store. Okay. All right.
If this is where he got the meat grinder, no joke. 6 kids, I have my own meat grinder because when Chuck is on sale, we grind that stuff up. But anyway. Um, not gonna say anything, but suspicious man in history, mustache similarities. He might have run Germany, you know, in the 30s and 40s for a little bit. when the witness comes back, I'm sure you'll see it because I can't unsee it now, and I'm a 12-year-old child.
Turning it off, turning it back on. Yeah, that's the projector just shot up. The info balls.
Gosh, those are some Manson lamps right there.
I just turned it off.
They're also a duct tape production. I love it when the courts are like, "We have no idea," because it makes me feel just a tiny bit better about my own lack of technical thingies. I'm just mad because I don't have tech support like the courts do. Let's see if we can speed through this technical difficulties. Oh, Joel, you schmuck. You just look, well, awful. All right, let's see if we got this here. Cone of shame. Oh, yes, pick your nose and let's cut off his head. I mean, I don't mind.
All right, when you may be seated. State way to call a jury. Defense way to call. Welcome back, folks. Sorry about that. It seems to be working now. Hopefully that won't happen again. General, just to be sure, I'm pretty sure
Thank you,
it cut
Judge
off
Darth
right
Vader.
when we stopped you. But if you go back a couple questions and recover that, please.
You want me to just start over, Your Honor?
I think we're good after you got up to 348 and 349. So
What
if you
is
would just
he
start with that.
writing? Like,
With regard to exhibit
Mom's-
348, sir, if you tell us what that is?
Sure, this is a video snapshot or a couple of video snapshots in relation to purchase at one of the registers.
seriously, like mom's composition of body fat was a little bit different. Or, dang, if I wasn't so dang lazy, I could have gotten away with it if it weren't for those darn kids. I, ugh.
At Turkey Creek Walmart. Looks like there's a female making a purchase of multiple items.
Okay.
The next video snapshot is the same female exiting our general merchandise exit of the Turkey Creek Walmart. And the third video snapshot is the same, but at a different angle.
Okay. And the disc that accompanies that collective exhibit, sir?
So, in Joel's mind, what he had planned out was to trick his father by breaking the garbage disposal and having him get in a very kind of submissive and, you know, vulnerable position by being, under the sink. And then Joel was, I guess, going to murderize them, him at that point. What happened though was that the dad was kind of like, son, you're 27. I need you to figure this out. Uh, get to work. Here's a wrench. I- If I can reset the garbage disposal, Joel Guy Jr. can too. It's just one of those things that you have to deal with as an adult. But this Peter Pan boil on the butt of humanity could not. So then he had to attack his dad in that Bowflex room. So this is his mom buying the last bunch of groceries that she is ever going to do alive. And it's just it makes it so real because she was just living her life, had no idea that her son had been, plotting this for months since he found out that he was going to get cut off. Again, he could have gotten a job, but no, he spent all of his time making plans to murder his parents. He's just a jerk face.
Excuse me?
And the disc that accompanies that collective exhibit?
Yes, this as well.
Would that be the video of the screenshots?
It would.
Okay. And with regard to exhibit 349, if you tell us what that is, sir?
349 is a video disc as well as video snapshots of a male subject entering the grocery side vestibule of Turkey Creek Walmart. Second video snapshot is a close-up profile of the same subject. Third video snapshot is the subject selecting items from our health and beauty aids department. The fourth video snapshot is the subject purchasing items at one of our self-checkouts.
So at this point, when Joel is making his kind of emergency murder or emergency Walmart run after the murders, excuse me, he didn't realize that stabbings tend to be a very violent sort of thing. And you actually are very likely, as the inflictor, to get cut yourself because usually the hilts don't have a a stop. And when you're in the motion of doing these sort of your the blood and everything gets very sticky and wet and slick, and then you end up cutting yourself. So it's very common for your hands to get all torn up. And you would think that Joel would have Googled this. I mean, the man wrote a daggone book. You'd think he would have. Can we do our research?
Snapshot 5 is the same subject exiting the grocery vestibule after the purchase. Same with video snapshot 6. And 7 is a vehicle with a license plate.
Okay, and the disc that accompanies that collective exhibit, sir, is that
I am now super scared of the random BS I always buy at Walmart. Because when I buy Band-Aids, I buy the giant one, or I buy the giant thing of hydrogen peroxide. I'm gonna get stopped one of these days. "Ma'am, you bought trash bags, hydrogen peroxide, and duct tape. We're following you home." And I'm not gonna lie, every time I now see a woman at a national park with some children, I'm gonna side eye them because Lori Vallow and Dr. Letitia Stalk, went to national parks the day before they snapped, and I'm never gonna buy a suitcase, people. Letitia Stalk and Sarah Boone have killed the I'll use a duffel bag. I just can't. I'm profiling everyone buying a suitcase in my Walmart from now on.
the video footage of the snapshots?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Trying to get so I am not quite. There we go. I'm vain. I want to see me.
That is an affidavit for the crack cell. He is actually before 349.
I'm next going to show you what's been pre-marked as States Exhibits 351 and 352, sir, and ask if you recognize those documents.
Yes, I do.
And if you tell us what Exhibit 351 is, sir.
Sure. Exhibit 351 is a purchase at our self-checkout, number 46, on November 26, 2016 at 3:35 p.m.
Was that receipt provided to you, or a copy of that receipt provided to you in order to help you identify what register the transaction was made at?
Yes, it
I
was.
am sorry.
Go to the next
Excuse
exhibit.
my.
Tell us what that is.
Sure. This is also a transaction. This is at one of our attended checkouts where a cashier is actually present. This is register 3 on 11/26/2016 at 12:18 p.m.
And was that receipt provided to you in order to help you identify which register the transaction took place in?
Yes, it was.
You're on this
Oh,
point,
for the
using
love of
States Exhibits
Cheetos.
348,
I will get this right one day. I really promise. Aha. I am not a genius. Maybe idiot savant might be good, but not in tech.
You're going to publish parts of 348 and 349. Again, you can watch the whole video during deliberations if you'd like.
Ooh, popcorn, mood lighting. Ugh, just you. Cone of shame all the I love courts having technical difficulty too. I don't know if this is
Sir, directing your attention to the board with regard to Exhibit 349, sir, and asking to look at this and you can tell us what we're looking at.
Sure. This is video of the male subject entering our grocery vestibule on November 26, 2016
Oh,
at 3:26 p.m.
yeah, that t-shirt is definitely trying to survive. Okay, this is a total tangent, but the days that you're feeling like you look a little good, you look okay, you don't, we at least tried a little bit, and you're feeling yourself. Then you go to the self-checkout and you're like, "Holy crap, why aren't there villagers out with pitchforks and, torches?" The self-checkout doesn't help anyone. We all look awful. It's the great equalizer, if you will.
Okay, this is the same male subject making a purchase at self-check number 46 on November 26, 2016 at 3:34 p.m.
And with regard to exhibit 348. Attention of the board, those businesses.
Sure, this is the Turkey Creek General Merchandise
Oh.
vestibule, and there's the female that made the purchase on the other snapshot exiting the store.
He he is such a total waste. His mom was getting him name brand toilet paper. We are great value all the way here. She was going the extra mile.
Your Honor, next we have a non-public record affidavit, which was sent to us from a Walmart in Baton Rouge by Leanne Walter Hildebrandt. She is the keeper of the records for the loss prevention, or front-end manager, excuse me, and has provided us with a sufficient 902 affidavit. Included in that affidavit is the law enforcement request form, as well as the physical receipt from a transaction that occurred on November 21st, 2016. We'd ask to enter that as State's Exhibit 353.
Any additional objections?
No, just reaffirming our prior objection.
Court is going to overrule the objection. Previously made, received exhibit 353. But exhibit 353 is being received in that evidence. There won't be a witness here to testify to what it is. They provided an affidavit that I think.
All right, let's see if we get through the whole this well, it looks like there's only a couple seconds more and then they get to the point. But what they're over here talking about is they weren't gonna, I think, have the Baton Rouge guy that does a similar thing to this witness come all the way up. So they got a signed affidavit that said, this is the stuff from our store. We didn't doctor it in any way. Here you go. But I will ask a real lawyer at some point because I am only a Mo on the internet. I just might learn to law Daryl Brooks, legal binders and books have not come yet. And I feel very sad. That Darth Vader mask. Oh my goodness. We are going to look back in time and feel like real assholes. Slow pan. It's popcorn time.
Sir, directing your attention to the board, you can tell us what is in this video.
Sure, this is a self-checkout at a Walmart store, specifically self-checkout number 47, dated November 21st, 2016 at 3:25 p.m.
And based on your knowledge and training and experience as a loss prevention manager at Walmart, does it appear to be a Walmart store?
Yes, it does.
And what would help you make that decision?
This is pretty much an exact layout of a self-checkout register. You got the Walmart blue right at the top there. Behind, you'll see a whole bunch of different items and stuff like that. That's usually our as seen on TV.
So he is buying the totes that he melted his parents' torsos in at Walmart on self-checkout. Amazon is a reason. There's a reason for Amazon. I'm just saying. But, good on Joel making the extra effort because he is a lazy tin. So, he got himself out and he's self-checkout. He could have been a cashier.
Section next to the self-checkouts or just one of those last minute item sections. In addition, I can see to the right where he just put his hand, that's a Walmart bag. And I can see some other Walmart bags and stuff to the left-hand side there.
Well, he's not wearing socks with sandals, but he is wearing thong flip-flops.
We do.
And I don't know how I feel about that.
And that is actually what he is purchasing. It appears to be a blue Sterilite type tote.
Fade to black.
No questions, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. You guys have me on here free to go.
Thank you, sir.
Next one.
Here we call Sandy Campbell.
Oh, Father Time is there. And looks like the other lawyer is working on his
So,
LinkedIn
just a minute,
profile.
folks.
Got to keep that resume up. I'm having way too much fun with these tickers. I'm trying to remember that I might one day possibly could get monetized, so I might have to change all of them. But let's be honest, who's going to fight for the dignity of Joel Guy Jr.?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Officer Cam, we understand you are still under oath from yesterday?
Correct.
All right, you may continue.
In addition to obtaining a video as well as capturing photographs and processing physical evidence,
She
what
looks
do you
way
recall
better with
collecting
her hair
pieces of physical
down.
evidence throughout the residence?
Throughout the residence, yes.
Specifically, did you
Okay. Story time. I know you come here for the most stories, but I am so jealous of her hair length. Over COVID, I went a little crazy and fried the ever living snot out of my hair. So I am growing it out slowly. That's why we're a more natural-ish color. But yeah, I'm super jealous because my hair was about that long and I fried it. COVID was so bad for my hair.
collect a soup pot from the kitchen?
I did.
God bless her heart. I mean, she had to do the mom pot. I sincerely hope that they have counseling for these officers and things that have seen this terrible stuff because, like the Gannon Stelt case, I just couldn't imagine. I would need someone to talk to if I was a jury or the crime scene analyst in that particular case, or the Lori Vallow case. Holy crap, she's putting on gloves. New Hampshire?
It is the box that contains the
Just a
stock pot
thought.
that was on the stove.
We can get the-
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna move the microphone up. There you go. Say that again.
Again, if you could describe what, do
It's the box that contains the stock pot that we found on the stove.
you have a knife?
I do.
Ask you to break the seal on that.
And this is why you carry a pocket knife, ladies, gentlemen, everyone. I don't remember which case it was, but I think it's one that Jeff from Legal Vices was covering. And the police officer, I don't know, but he went through like 8 different gloves and nearly cut himself trying to get something open. And we were all afraid we were going to witness a live dethumbing on on Law and Cook. That's why my placement of me is strategery, so I'm covering that up until I can figure out how to do layouts. Or Mr. Mo makes a layout, let's be very honest.
And again, where was that located in the residence?
This was on the stove.
Okay, I have that particular pot because I do some canning. And it's a good pot if you have a lot of things to can. I do a lot of canning. I have a big pressure canner pot, but I also have a stock pot for things that don't really need that pressurized cooking. So that's creepy.
We'll move that in as State Exhibit 354.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor, subject to
Previous, yes, and the received is good 354.
Still jealous of your hair. And new gloves. I mean, oh my God, New Hampshire. I need you all to watch this
If
because in
if it
the
has my name on it, I
no
did. I
Ty
don't recall
Brandon case,
specifically. There was a lot of evidence on that scene.
In that case that I joined a couple streams with, the cops couldn't remember if they wore gloves, didn't wear gloves when they were in the scene. They picked up items. It was just all kinds of shades of shenanigans.
It would, yes.
I like her. I bet she's real type A like me.
Feel free to vote this way.
Thank you. Ms. Shea, what's been pre-marked as States Exhibit 355 for identification. Do you recognize that?
Yes.
And if you would, tell us what that is.
It is the pink cell phone that was on the kitchen counter.
Now, at this point, we move that in as States Exhibit 355.
Any objection? All right, folks, the court has received exhibit 355, which purports to be a cell phone. I want to clarify to you, this physical cell phone itself is what is in evidence, not the electronic contents. So if during deliberations, if you look at that
I do like this judge and a lot of the other judges that I'm noticing now things because again, I know just as much as the rest of lay people on LawTube and just enough to be dangerous. But I do like the judges that really explain it in kind of an easy way for the jurors to understand.
cell phone, you cannot bring out a cord, charge it up, and open it up and look through it, okay? It's just a physical phone that's in evidence.
And Officer Campbell, did you also collect an empty oxycodone pill bottle from the kitchen that were in your photographs?
Yes.
Who was on oxycodone?
While we're looking for that, ma'am, did you also collect 2 wallets?
Yes, sir.
And from your photographs yesterday, can you describe where those wallets physically were?
Where they were?
Yes.
They were on the table in the.
So I don't know if I've gone over this, but those wallets were out because Joel Jr. used his parents' credit cards right after he was s- started marinating them, I guess, for lack of a better word. He used that credit card to pay in advance tuition for his school, his apartment, utilities, things like that, up to I believe, I want to say 1,500 or $15,000. So, very large charges that he made right after he was done leaving the most grisly crime scene I think anyone has ever seen in a while.
Eating kitchen.
Pre-marked as States Exhibit 356, identification has to be recognized.
Yes, sir. It's the keys as well as the 2 wallets. The first wallet. This is the first wallet that was on the table in the kitchen. It's got the driver's license of Lisa Guy in
Look
it.
at Lisa Guy was an adult. Can I tell you how many times my wallets, I just stick all my cards in that, well, the pocket you're supposed to have cash in, but again, 6 children, don't carry cash money. I when I have cash money, I call myself mom rich because usually as soon as I get, real cash money, a kid says they need, such and such for, going to sectionals or, we're going to do this right after with all of our friends. So I rarely ever have cash. And if I do, it's as quickly there as it is gone. But she's all adult. She's got all of her cards in the little slot thingies. I hate you, Joel.
That is traditionally what we did. I don't think that I was personally the one who did that for this in this case. The next item in the bag is a brown man's wallet. And this one has the driver's license of Joel Michael Guy with an address of Golden View Lane.
That is a thick wallet there, sir.
And then there's a set of keys for a Kia vehicle.
Do they still make Kias or have they changed their name to that weird KN thing? I know less about cars than I know about computers, so I'm not going to wax lyrical about my car knowledge. The amount of gloves. Okay, never mind. I'm going into the glove business. I need glove stocks.
Going back to the pill
stat.
bottle, ma'am. Do you recall where you recovered that pill bottle from?
It should say on the packaging if it's the pill bottle in the kitchen.
See, she is on top of it. She must have like gone over her report fairly quickly before she got in that day. It's what I would do if I'm type A.
Yes, this is the empty prescription bottle that was on the kitchen counter.
We moved that in the States, it's 357.
Was Joel on Oxycontin, or was it one of his parents? I do believe that most doctors have phased out the use of Oxycontin. As a recent chronic pain patient, I can tell you that I really am afraid and want to try everything else before I have to go on a lifetime of different medicines. It's a bit overwhelming.
Did you also collect a purse from the same table in the downstairs dining room?
I did in the eat-in kitchen. That table is where the purse was.
My hair envy is still strong.
So you lived in Fremont, the States, Exhibit 358.
You know, I'm not advocating for,
Yeah, so
his-
this is the purse, the magazine, and then there was some cash sitting on the table as well. This is all three of those items.
I do like how this particular officer also explained why they use paper bags. I did not know that. I just figured paper bags were cheaper, to be very honest with you. But she said it was something about the paper bags
You also
allows
collect
the
a
evidence to not
doorknob with a real
deteriorate
estate
as
lock
quickly.
attached to it.
Yes.
So I do like that her she had a very kind of calm and easy way of talking, a very understandable. So I really like this officer. Not that I want to see more of her because obviously that means more crimes are about.
Yeah, so this is the doorknob with the real estate lock attached to it that was in the kitchen sink. You'll remember in the pictures it was in some fluid.
Well, please don't say it was in melted mom fluid. No wonder she's wearing like 3 different daggone gloves. I would too.
It's a blue real estate lock with a doorknob, half of a doorknob attached to it. And you can hear that there's a key or something inside.
States Exhibit 359. Where you found that lockbox, did you mention it was in fluid?
Yes, sir.
Did they collect a beaker of the fluid?
You recall collecting gloves at the residence at 11434 Golden View Lane.
I do.
Joel's defense writing out do not resuscitate on their wills in case they have to be brought up on this case again. Good Lord. So I do wonder, someone had commented that, leaving all of the evidence could be, Joel trying to set up an insanity defense. And I do wonder if Joel strikes me as the kind of arrogant that, knows everything and has to tell you about it when he does interact. I can't imagine that his ego would let them even go to that particular uh, defense. And the defense opening was like 4 minutes long, and it just said like, "Hey, remember we have a constitution." I mean, eh, his lawyers, bless their hearts, and you know what that means in South, uh, have a terrible case. You have him have a notebook of, the plan to kill. It is what it is. You have mom's head in a doggone stew pot. You're just making the state prove its case at this point, from what I've heard from actual real lawyers.
In States Exhibit 360, and ask if you can describe what that package is.
So these are the two gloves that were on the kitchen counter near the pill bottle. There's two of them in there.
Move that into States Exhibit 360. You also collect a bleach sprayer from the kitchen floor,
I did.
as well as a roll of black trash bags.
Yes.
He had all of his kit ready to go. He could have just, the laziness involved in the half-assed. He did a quarter of a half-assed job. I cannot with him.
Yes, this is the bleach sprayer that was in the box, the green box on the kitchen floor, and a roll of black plastic trash bags.
Ask you to break the seal.
That's a cute little small pocket knife. Or paring knife, by the look of it. Mr. Mo makes fun of me. I get so irritated when he uses a steak knife to cut vegetables because I am just a whole lot too type A. I'm like, that isn't for that. Mr. Mo continues, and I continue to yell. It's marriage. Marriage is a series of you getting annoyed at weird stuff but your spouse does. I never thought I would ever see
Roll
a
of
bleach
trash bags
sprayer, but
with multiple ones attached. And this is the bleach sprayer.
and this giant jerk face used the money that his mother was sending him of the job that she didn't have to have unless he, you know, because he didn't want to work and he was in school. So her money was used to get this murder kit. I cannot with him right now.
So this is fingerprint dust from where we've processed it for latent fingerprints.
Now we move that into States Exhibit 361.
Without objection, will be 361.
You also collect several bottles of bleach.
I did.
Some listening pre-marked the States Exhibit 362, and ask if you can identify that package.
Yes, so this is 2 bottles of bleach that were in the kitchen floor there when you first made entry into the residence, that large pile of all that other stuff. There was bottles of bleach in there as well.
Ask you to break the seal and show them everything.
Great value
This is the
bleach.
first bottle?
I mean, at least he bought generic bleach. The first thing I can get on with
That's fingerprint powder.
States 362.
Section will be 362.
You also have promised to collect a bottle of muriatic acid and baking soda.
I did.
Showing what's been pre-marked as State's Exhibit 363. Identification, ask if you could show that package, excuse me, what that package is.
This is a bag of baking soda and a bottle of muriatic acid.
If you would break the seal on that.
Yeah, I'm having issues with her using a paring knife and not a pocket knife. I'm weird. I fully embrace my weirdness now. I'm nearly 40.
This is the baking soda. It's
Unless
13 and a half pounds.
unless you're paying my bills or choose to pay my bills, I don't really want to hear your opinion.
And this is the bottle of muriatic acid.
One day I will look all put together like she
Muriatic
does.
acid, is there
It
some
won't be
volume of
this
substance
day,
that
but
you
it'll
know
be a day.
I don't recall
I'll
if
have
it
a
was open or
parade or
not.
something.
of? Is that in the State's Exhibit 363?
Section, it'll be 362.
Side note, so it is kind of amusing to me because I get amused at the oddest things that my little commentary that makes it so Mr. Mo rarely wants to watch movies with me because I keep talking that it's become kind of a thing that I do with others that people will watch. I do love that. I think it tickles and amuses me, which I'm sure that'll be cut. But yeah, just it is funny that all the things that I thought were just, weird little side notes that made me odd are things that people like. It is kind of nice. The amount of gloves. I'm telling you, I'm going to get stocking gloves and good audio. And then these quartz will be forever.
And in the course of your
beholden to
investigation,
me.
did you also collect buccal swabs and other DNA swabs from within the residence?
We did not collect any buccal swabs within the residence because those are,
The buccal
yeah,
swabs.
those are cheek swabs, but we did collect swabs.
Okay. And did you also collect buccal swabs, not at the residence,
Correct. Yes. I did.
specifically from Joel Guy Jr.?
I did.
May I approach, Ron?
Oh, this poor woman had to get buccal swabs from Joel Guy Jr. and look into those dead fish eyes. He's like that, the great white shark. They're cold, dead eyes, like dog eyes or doll eyes, not dog eyes. Dogs are, for the most part, cool.
Showing first what's been pre-marked as State's Exhibit 364 for identification. You recognize that text?
I do. This is a set of buccal swabs, which are cheek swabs from the defendant.
And if you would describe to the members of the jury what you do when you take buccal swabs from the interior of someone's mouth.
Well, we have like just large Q-tips essentially, and then we just gently kind of scrape the inside of the cheek of the person whose swabs we're collecting so that we have their DNA standard.
You know, we move that in as State's Exhibit 364.
Any objection?
Oh, she is not. Sorry. I get too excited making all these ridiculous banners and then
No additional section, it'll be 364.
Next, showing you what has been pre-marked as State's Exhibit 365 for identification. You can describe what that package is.
just the amount of
These are
evidence.
swabs that we recovered on scene from the handle and lid of the stock pot that was on the stove.
In the process of taking swabs from a piece of equipment or a pot, how is that different than what you did with Mr. Guy?
So in this kind of situation, what we would traditionally do, because the pot surface on the exterior is dry, so we would do a technique that we refer to as wet swab, dry swab, where we would dampen one of the two swabs that come in the set and run the damp one along with the dry one right behind it at the same time on the surface to be swabbed so that it collects, first moistens, and then second the first one moistens and the second one collects the possible DNA, what we refer to
She
as
is
touch
so
DNA.
awesome at just explaining things in an
States
easy
Exhibit
way.
365. Next showing has been pre-marked as States Exhibit 366 for identification. I do recognize that package.
This is 6 sets of buccal swabs from the defendant.
And those swabs that you physically took,
Yes.
we move that in as States Exhibit 366.
366 without.
And last showing what's been pre-marked as States Exhibit 367 for identification. I do recognize that package.
Yes, sir. This is an additional set of buccal swabs from the defendant.
Good Lord, why did they need like 873
Yes.
buccal swabs?
We move that in as States Exhibit 367.
367.
Unless they were. Is Joel Guy Jr. really a lizard person? Is this what are we going full Tin Hattery and he's just a weird, you know, the first gen of, whatever Mark Zuckerberg is? Allegedly, these are just my opinions. And I'm just a fake redhead on the internet. But if they do find lizard DNA,
From
it makes a lot of
11434 Golden
sense.
View Lane on November 28th, 29th, and 30th of 2016.
I couldn't tell you specifically without looking at the property list to see if there was anything else that I had personally collected.
We'll pass one, Cheryl.
Oh gosh, what is Father Time gonna say?
Good morning again. The liquid that was in the sink, was that tested or was that first preserved and second, was it tested?
We did collect a sample of it, and I'm not sure if it got sent off for testing or not.
But you did collect a sample of
We
it.
did.
Thank you.
Anything else, gentlemen?
Just briefly, with regard to the lockbox, based on your training experience, did it appear that there was other substance in the sink beyond water?
I thought that it might be water and bleach mixed together, but I have no way of confirming that.
Thank you. That's further.
Oh, thank you, Jesus, if it was just water and bleach.
Anything else, Kimberly? You may sit down again.
If it was cream of mom's soup, I'd be. I mean, the fact that I even have to say that. Or melted mom. It's just, you're such a giant booger monkey. Trying not to curse, trying not to curse. You are sentenced to watching all the Sharknado movies. It's not on a loop. Okay, let's see. Maybe we can speed on through this whole. And here we go. Let me double check. We're on 125.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony
I
about
might see if I put it to 105 or 1.5. If it's gonna be.
Please, what's the next exhibit number?
Oh, she brought her
State your name for record,
cheaters.
please.
Officer Tracy Tassie,
And can you tell the jury what your job is, what your occupation is?
crime scene.
You work for the Knox County Sheriff's Office?
Yes,
And did you work for the Sheriff's Office back in April of 2017?
yes, I did.
And as part of your responsibilities, did you submit an article of evidence from the Golden View Lane address?
I collected evidence at that address.
Okay. May I approach
Good
the-
Lord, all courts are out of WD-40.
I'm going to show you exhibit 368 and ask you if you can identify this packaging.
Yes, that is my packaging.
And can you identify what that is for the jury, please?
It is one Oral-B toothbrush that was collected from under the vanity in the master bedroom.
And when you collected that, what did you do with it afterwards?
We brought it back to the building, packaged it, then it was submitted for DNA.
To the TBI.
Yes,
Judge for the assist.
That's all I have.
Cross-examination. Any objections, please continue.
Just a continuing objection.
Yes.
No question.
Thank you, ma'am. You may sit down. You're free to go. Next witness.
And make sure you have that nose right out of that mask. Okay. And who is next? This is an odd dynamic where the other attorney is sitting behind the podium versus sitting at the table with Joel Guy Jr. But to be fair, would I want to sit that close to a guy who put his mom's head in a pot?
Please raise your right hand.
No.
You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about the evidence in this trial will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
State your name for the record, please.
Mason David Burkall,
Where are you employed?
Knox County Sheriff's Office.
And were you employed at the sheriff's office back in March of 2017?
I was.
And at some point, do you recall going to the Regional Forensic Center located on Sullins in Knoxville?
Yes, ma'am.
And approach the witness.
Maybe they're going to explain why they needed 18 buccal swabs from
Can you tell the jury
Mom
a little
and
bit
Pop
about,
Man.
the purpose for you going to the forensic center?
On the day in question, I was going to pick up a DNA sample.
And I want to show you Exhibit 369 and ask you if you recognize this.
Yes, ma'am.
This is your packaging. And can you tell the jury what you picked up?
I am not 12. I am not 12.
Correct. Yes, ma'am. I actually picked this up. It is a DNA card from the Forensic Center.
Did you return that to the Knox County Sheriff's Office?
Correct. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Any objection to 369? So, it'll be 369. Any cross-examination?
So this is a lot of foundation. And
Thanks, sir.
I
You
understand
sit down.
that
You're
it's
free to
not
go.
the most glamorous or exciting part. And believe me, my worst angels, my ADHD wanted to jump straight ahead to the medical examiner. But there are reasons, there are some things that come out that I wasn't aware of um, with kind of these foundational things. I'm glad that we got to see the last of Lisa Guy, and it brings home that these are real people living their lives. Sometimes we get kind of stuck into the trial and the gruesomeness of it, but this was just an ordinary lady just doing her Walmart thing like hundreds of us do, sometimes multiple times a day because people leave empty boxes in the freezer. The start of my Snapped episode is gonna start with that, and no doggone toilet paper, but an empty roll left out. It really is.
Next witness. Yes.
Allegedly. I think I'm going to stop here for day 2 because we are nearly at an hour, and I know some people listen to this in the background, but I do want to have some substantial things to go over when I do a live tomorrow. Yes, I will be trying my first live stream. It is still going to be a duct tape and super glue production, so our production values will stay on brand, if you will. But hopefully it will be a lot of fun and I will get to respond to you guys and try this whole thing. Again, it is the year of trying the things that scare me, and nothing scares me quite like going live and having to try to manage things all on my own because I can barely do this part on my own. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Try to be just a little bit less of a dick. Please like and subscribe if you've had fun with all my weird kind of tangenty things, and I hope you have a wonderful day.